Greetings and salutations, my name is Kartosael and welcome back to Kumaria. Well, the planet of Kumaria in Stellaris. We are back, and we're going to play again, yay! So, let's unpause, and well, that's a nice way to start off the episode, I suppose. We have unlocked solar panel networks, which is great. And next thing we can, well, there's several things we can research. We can research, just a second. We can research fusion reactors, which increases the power generated in ships, allows you to add more stuff. It's very useful. Being able to scan further right now, not super useful, but it does give you better sensors, which allows you to hit better, basically, with your ships, which is useful. And the other option is better power plants. Now, better power plants are in fact a good thing, especially considering our low energy credit production. However, they cost 90 minerals each, so meh. I think I'm actually going for the better sensors, because we can invest immediately into better power, but it costs quite a lot more, like a third more, and you don't really have anything that consumes that power yet. So we're going with gravitic sensors. Now, there was something very important enough to pause the game. Intelligent life taunts with pointed absence reads a popular newsnet post on Kumaria. The people of the Kingdom of Kumaria are apparently finding some humor in the fact that lower forms of alien life are now a matter of public record, but potential equals from other stars continue to elude us. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Fine. Guess. Was that really important enough to pause the game? Well, apparently it was. But we can build the solar panel thingamajig network. Cost 75, but with a tragic fate, a lot more society research. I'm not going to read out all those things because that will like triple the length of this series. No thanks. We'll build this next month because yeah, it's like 25 minerals per energy credit. That's a good deal. Well, you have finished researching that, which is amazing. Sadly enough, the 2 power is literally the only thing present. There's a level 2 anomaly actually. How about ISS Dragar? I want you to research that. There's like a 1 in 5th chance to fail, but oh well, such is life. Let's see. The downside of wormholes is that I actually am restricted to this area until I build additional wormhole stations, which well, I'll eventually do. But you know, wormhole stations cost minerals and also an upkeep in energy credits, because why not? And I forgot to build this last month, which is an entire month with 3 less energy credits than I wanted. There we go, we are up by 2 energy credits, as I mentioned last episode. The 2 displayed here is an actual increase, which is lovely. Please go back to Kumaria, so you can stay in orbit. And let's just crank up the speed until something interesting happens. 8 minerals. There are a lot of good things I could improve upon, but I just don't have the resources for it. Kinda also need more ships, because the moment I encounter someone I need to be strong enough to convince them not to try and kill me. Okay, special project. How about you research? Why not? Levels 3 or higher. Are you kidding me? We do not have anyone with a skill level 3 or higher. Well, that's a downright bother. What can you do? well, we can make them explore more so they can gain experience and actually reach a high enough level. Oh, goody. Research it. Can I build another corvette? I can. Let's do that then. Need to increase that fleet. Probably also will need a admiral sometime soon. There's no hurry though. Oh, double research complete. We have increased influence and we have better thrusters. So we can do all the thrusting. This is actually really nice. But then again, so is this. Again, I'm in no position yet to upgrade buildings. Army damage, you know, it's nice, but minerals plus 5%, that will increase our mineral production by, let's say I have a gain of 12, and we don't have a gain of 12. We're producing pretty much 12. And that will increase by 5%, 1% would be 0.12, 5% would be about 0.6. 0.6 increase in minerals from this technology, whereas this technology, well, it's like takes 90 months instead of 54, so that's a big difference. But it will allow me to build a corvette assembly yard, which increases the speed and reduces the cost. Right now, you know, when the corvettes are like 58 minerals each, that's not a very big deal. But the more expensive they get, the bigger a deal that becomes. And this leads into improved spaceport 3, which allows me to build destroyers. And increasing the spaceport level costs a lot, but also increases the actual fleet you can have. So let's see what society research we can do. Terraforming. I'm split. This is nice, but not immediately necessary. We don't even have factions yet. We certainly don't really are nearing our leader capacity. I'm not really in the mood of recruiting any leaders, so not as useful right now. This reduces the maintenance. As you can see, if you build these two modules in a star base, the one reduces the upkeep and the other increases repair speed as well as reduces the upkeep, which is really nice. However, terraforming is also really nice. I'm going for terraforming. We are actually going to, as a race, focus a little bit on terraforming, because usually, you know, you have these planets, savanna worlds, I can live on them just fine. Any other dry world, I can live on them okay, and the other worlds, like wet and cold, I can't really live on them. How you usually solve that is by increasing the diversity of your race. Ooh! Ooh! Plus 5 minerals? Was it over here? Yes, it was! Oh my word! You are so going there. Anyway, as I was saying, usually you solve that by diversifying your population. Because if you have people in your empire that can live on the planet, well, problem solved. But we're going to exterminate all other forms of life, so that's not going to be a thing for us, now is it? Research that. You finished the corvette, which is nice. You are done researching, also nice, so off to the next thing. We're still a special project, but we don't have a scientist of level 3 just yet. So, we have new technology. I'm going to pause it for a little bit, so we can actually start upgrading our little ship. I think the Interceptor is the only class we have at the moment. We only have one wormhole, we only have one computer type, but we have an improved thruster, which increases the sublight and combat speed, so inside systems and inside combat, and also makes it easier to evade. This is what we're actually researching. Well, it's the only reactor we have, it's the only thing we can actually insert in here, so there's that. Today the only thing I can do is upgrade its thrusters right now. Reduces its power. Right now it has like +7 power, upgrading that reduces it to +2. Also increases the cost from 57 to 62, increases the maintenance slightly. And I'm actually going to name the ships, the designs, not every ship. You can, I think, but well. And I'm going to name it basically after who commented. So, Anamahiyemis is the first one to comment on my Stellaris video, so he's going to be the first one to have a ship named after him. It is a corvette, this is true, it's the tiniest ship available, but it's also for a very long time going to be a very present vessel. So now we're going to upgrade this. It costs 30 minerals. Let's wait on that. I first off want to build the mining station over here. Now you'd think that by now I know they cost 90 minerals. Silicon life forms, well, isn't it amazing? So we can actually just mine their face. Well, I'm totally fine with that. Structure ship is doing nothing because he's waiting. Right, now we have enough minerals. Build me a mining station worthy of Mordor. After which you are allowed to return home. And now we save up to upgrade our first Star Hunters, which will probably be renamed someday. That fleet. It may not. We'll see. If I think of a clever name, or name I think is clever, because let's be honest, then I will. How's our Unity production? How's our Unity cost? No, it's okay. Speaking of, how is our planet doing? We are working here, which is great. No, leave it be for now. You're not level 3, so that will be a bit of pain. It's probably time to increase the food production. Alright, I want that one as well. Increase the Unity production.
Complete.
Okay, great.
Situation log updated.
You can research this one. Yeah, situation log updated. Basically, the precursor chain allows you to have a chance of encountering certain artifacts, and if you get them all, you get a boon of swords. So can't remember what it was. I have managed to do that once. Oh well. I was doing something right. I was looking at the planet. Food isn't a like immediate concern. Oh well, farms are cheap.
Complete.
Relatively. One of our scientists levels up. Great. Then he'll be able to do both that and the anomaly here. So I can build a farm. I can also build one of these buildings. If you build something whose production does not match the tile, it will override it. So if I build like a mine here, it's not going to produce 2 minerals and 1 food. It's just going to produce 2 minerals. Likewise with this tile. If I produce a mine, it will produce 3 minerals, no energy credits. If I build a power plant, it will produce 4 energy credits, no minerals. I haven't yet decided. This, of course, will suppress basically anything that's on the tile because it's something completely different. Produce Unity. Unity is very useful. You can see it doubled my Unity produced, and that will really be a boon to getting the traditions going. So I'm basically going to suppress the food production here because, and I want you to, once you've all grown up, want to work there. Food is a global thing now, so you can produce it anywhere, and all the other tiles either produce more food or something else that I prefer over food. So there is that. So these are my scientists actually doing science, and they have also leveled up, which increases the research speed. Skill plus 4%. Yeah. Still have plus 2%, I believe. I have enough to upgrade you. Amazing.
Ships upgraded. System survey.
It makes me a little bit more powerful. This is the military power of the fleet, which is important to keep in mind. I would like you to investigate that thing. Is there really anything nice in here? Oh yes, yes, yes there is. I want to build a mining station over here. We are good at energy credits at the moment, and we can actually expand to this planet. Well, expand, build a mining outpost and get a lot more energy credits. You can only build mining outposts if a star system is inside your borders. That's why it's very useful to have very big borders, because that allows a single planet to cover a lot of star systems which you can basically harvest.
Construction complete.
Great, so you have finished your
System
thingamajig,
circuit complete.
that monument. Thingamajig, oh yes. Is that more important to me than 1 mineral and 1 energy credit? Yes, I believe it is. There we go, we're now producing 4 unity, well, slightly more. Oh, there's actually a habitable world. Ooh, that's a big world. Like 23 squares, and there's also a Betharian stone here. Once I have the research for it, I can build in an enormously powerful power plant on that thing. So I really want to get this planet rather than this one, because this one's tiny in comparison. And it's really not that big, even without comparison to the very big one. Well, that's very good to know. What? Okay. We've got a report from Science Officer Rekaxir. It seems that a crabber container is circling the star colon, that one over there. Most peculiar, it should obviously not be there, yet somehow has managed to find its way into close orbit. A special project can be used to investigate the container and try to deduce how it ended up here. Either I do or I don't. If I don't, I get 40 influence, which isn't all that much and isn't all that necessary.
Situation
I'll go for that
updated.
one. Can I scientist level 2 or higher? You. I want you to investigate this. So how does the science ship look? That's kind of nice. Huh. It seems like this guy is done. Ooh, I like this ship. Why are you over here and not over there? Yes, I really like the reptilian ships in combination with the red color. Somehow it seems fitting. Though, this engine trail doesn't really come out of the engines. Well, you can't have it all. We have a nice storage of energy credits. Well, considering it's early in the game. This is an arid world. It's a dry world. So it is within our range of accepted planets, but it isn't ideal. It's not a savanna, so that's why it's yellow and will have a lower habitability, like 60%, instead of the 80% we get from a savanna world. Still, it's nice to have.
Anomaly found.
Well, then research it. And I would very much like another my hyenas, please.
Construction complete.
Amazing. Oh, that's zoomed in way too much. That's zoomed out way too much. Reset the camera. Thank you. So there's twice a +2. Not really worth my effort. You are definitely going to orbit this planet and build me a energy credit production as soon as you're able. After that, I will most likely focus on, let's see, a good listening post. This is actually skill 5 or higher. My word, that's like the top level. As I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted by my own train of thoughts, next thing I'll do is probably build research stations, because +5, +3 and +2, that's a lot of extra research. And too bad they're on the one. Oh, the +2 is on the very big planet I want to colonize. That is a pity, but the +5 is certainly very high priority. And we're producing a nifty amount of minerals right now. So I'm okay with that. Build me a mining station, please. So this episode has mostly been just exploring and researching,
System
really.
survey complete.
Speaking of the devil, well, I suppose I can allow you to research yet another thing. We can pick another tradition. So the first 3 options we have in Supremacy is either ship building speed increase, which is nice, and also increases the naval capacity. So it allows you to have more ships, but we're nowhere near naval capacity. Sea planet war demands, we're not really going to go to war anytime soon. Because, well, we may have a fair amount of ships, but as you can see, if we're going to war, the enemy will at least, like I have, at least have 1 space station, spaceport. They have a strength of 1,100. I have a 1/5 of that. I am not going to be able to beat down anyone. And the other one is army damages for invasions, which is also not really that important. I don't really like these first tiers of Supremacy, I must admit. I do like the other one though, these 2. And this one will be really nice, and this one will be useful. But of these 3, this one is the most suitable for us now. If you choose this one next, then we can unlock that one. If you choose that one next, then we cannot. Because you need these 2 to unlock that, and you need these 2 to unlock that. Marvelous, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to keep it at that. As I said, I wanted to keep the episodes around 20 minutes. Oh, there's actually a 3 engineering research here. Huh. I completely missed that. So, next priority will be building a research station around the vortex. And after that, engineering station, because, yeah, there is society, but society is already pretty good at the moment. The other 2, not so much. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and a comment, because if you comment, there's a chance your name will be eternalized into one of my ships. I'm not going to name like the standard ships, the construction ship, the colony ship, science ship, or the transport ship after people, unless you specifically want me to. If you like, I really want to be named after my name wants to be a transport ship, sure, I'll allow it. Or you really want to be a science ship, okay, fair enough. Colony ship, I was just upgrading them. Something I always forget. The utilitarian ships. So these 4 will not be named after people unless they specifically want to. We also have defense platforms. They'll be named once I start using it. Which I'm not at this moment because they cost quite a lot and quite a lot to maintain. Regardless, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you again next time.